In our relentless pursuit of more, we've fallen into a subtle, yet pervasive trap. A trap that promises fulfillment through efficiency, but often delivers only exhaustion. This is the productivity trap. It starts with a simple, seductive idea. If you could just organize your day better, wake up a little earlier, or find the perfect app, you could finally get everything done. You could finally relax. But the finish line keeps moving. The more you accomplish, the more you add to your plate. The reward for clearing your inbox is more email. The reward for finishing a project is the next bigger project. You're running faster and faster on a hamster wheel, believing that one more sprint will lead to freedom, when in reality, it only speeds up the wheel. This isn't a modern problem. The Roman philosopher Seneca wrote about it 2,000 years ago, observing people who were always busy doing nothing. But today, technology has amplified this compulsion to an unprecedented degree. Our tools, designed to save us time, have instead filled every spare moment with potential tasks. A waiting line becomes a chance to answer emails. A quiet evening becomes an opportunity to optimize tomorrow's schedule. We've forgotten how to be still. The myth of productivity tells us that our value is directly proportional to our output. It's a dangerous equation that reduces human worth to a set of metrics: tasks completed, goals achieved, items checked off a list. We start to see ourselves not as human beings, but as human doings. This mindset is the breeding ground for burnout. Burnout isn't just feeling tired. It's a deep-seated exhaustion, a growing cynicism about your work, and a sense of profound ineffectiveness. It asks the soul as cry for a ceasefire in a war against time that can never be won. So, how did we get here? The Industrial Revolution taught us to measure time in units of production. The digital age then put a factory in our pocket. We became our own foreman, pushing for ever-increasing efficiency. Social media adds another layer, creating a highlight reel of hyper-productive lives. We see influencers with color-coded planners and 5 a.m. workout routines, and we feel a pressure to keep up. We start to believe that rest is a luxury, or worse, a sign of weakness. But this is a biological and psychological fallacy. Rest is not the opposite of work. It is an essential part of it. It's during periods of rest that our brains consolidate memories, make creative connections, and solve complex problems. A rested mind is not an idle mind, it's a prepared mind. The pressure to be on constantly is also eroding our ability for deep work. Cal Newport, in his seminal book, defines deep work as the ability to focus without distraction on a cognitively demanding task. This is the state where we produce our best work, find meaning, and develop our skills. But the productivity trap encourages the opposite: shallow work, constantly checking notifications, switching between tasks, and responding to every ping creates a state of continuous partial attention. We feel busy, but we're not being effective. We're confusing activity with accomplishment. True productivity isn't about doing more things, it's about doing more of the right things. Let's challenge the core assumption. Is the goal of life to get as much done as possible? Or is it to live a life of meaning, connection, and well-being? The relentless drive for productivity often comes at the expense of these deeper values. We sacrifice time with loved ones for one more hour of work. We neglect our hobbies, our curiosity, and our health in the name of efficiency. We optimize our lives into a state of sterile, joyless perfection. Escaping the trap doesn't mean abandoning your ambitions or embracing laziness. It means redefining what productivity looks like. It means shifting from a model of endless growth to one of sustainable contribution. It's about intentionality. First, you must reclaim your time and attention. This starts with setting clear boundaries. Define when your workday begins and when it ends. When you are off, be truly off. Disable notifications. Leave your work phone in another room. The world will not collapse if you don't respond to an email at 9 p.m. Protect your focus during work hours by practicing time blocking. Dedicate specific, uninterrupted blocks of time to your most important tasks. Treat these blocks with the same reverence you would a critical meeting. Second, embrace the power of strategic rest. This isn't about binge-watching television for hours. It's about active, intentional recovery. Go for a walk in nature. Practice mindfulness or meditation. Engage in a hobby that has no goal other than pure enjoyment. Schedule these moments of rest into your calendar just as you would any other appointment. See them not as a waste of time, but as an investment in your long-term performance and well-being. Remember, elite athletes understand that recovery is just as important as training. The same principle applies to knowledge work. Third, learn to differentiate between what is urgent and what is important. The Eisenhower matrix is a classic tool for a reason. So many of us spend our days in a reactive state, putting out fires and responding to urgent but unimportant demands. This is the domain of shallow work. To escape the trap, you must consciously shift your focus to what is important but not necessarily urgent. This is where strategic thinking, creative problem-solving, and meaningful progress happen. It requires saying no more often. Saying no to extra commitments, to distracting requests, to the endless lure of just one more thing. Every yes is a no to something else. Be deliberate about what you say yes to. Finally, and perhaps most importantly, we must untangle our self-worth from our output. You are not your to-do list. Your value as a person is inherent and does not fluctuate based on how many tasks you completed today. This is a profound mental shift that requires ongoing practice. Cultivate self-compassion. Acknowledge that you are human with natural limits. Celebrate effort, not just outcomes. Redefine a successful day not by how much you crossed off your list, but by whether you lived in alignment with your values. Did you connect with someone you care about? Did you learn something new? Did you take a moment to simply appreciate being alive? The productivity trap is a gilded cage. It looks appealing, promising control and success, but it confines us to a narrow, exhausting existence. Breaking free is not about finding a new system or a better app. It's about a fundamental change. Introspective. It's about choosing presence over performance, meaning over metrics, and sustainability over speed. It's about giving yourself permission to be human, to rest, to play, to connect, and to focus on what truly matters. The goal is not to do more, but to be more. Thank you for watching. If this resonated with you, consider subscribing for more content that challenges the conventional path to success.